It is a chilly day in New York. We're headed into BJ's Wholesale. So I was looking at the content and I realized I've never done a long format BJ's video. And I actually went here yesterday to scope it out. And dude, there's some crazy options for dieting in this store. The selection was way more impressive than I ever recalled it being. I've done a couple of videos like short format in here before. For example, chicken wing options, like grilled chicken nuggets that have great macros, a ton of yogurt options with breads, like the high fiber bread options, off the chain, even better than Costco. And I am seeing Costco. That's primarily where I shop. Being 100% real with you, I only have a membership to BJ's because we shoot content here, but it kind of made me reevaluate everything. So I'm gonna go to BJ's today and I'm actually gonna grocery shop for my family, picking items that I would have in the diet that I do. So let's go hit up BJ's and let's see what I would buy when shopping at BJ's Wholesale. We're gonna start off with the freezer section because I think this and actually the breads offered here are the most impressive thing about BJ's Wholesale. I think it's really important to incorporate comfort food into your diet. It makes it more sustainable. I love chicken wings. However, traditional chicken wings, when they're thrown into a fryer, they're highly caloric because of all the oil. It adds a lot of fat. So buying something that's a version that you can take at home and then bake or air fry, much more macro friendly. These Dysons, the 10-pound bag, they're 220 calories with 19 grams of protein. Remember our protein tests. This does not quite pass that. However, for chicken wings, this is an excellent option. Another option over here, this has even better macros, Just Bare. You can find this at Sam's, you can find this at Costco, you can find this basically at any grocery store. Just Bare, they have the chicken strips. I tend to prefer the strips over the nuggets just because they're a little bit more substantive. This passes our protein test. 170 calories, 17 grams of protein. Remember, take the grams of protein, add a 0 to that many calories are left, passes our protein test. If you are looking for a fully cooked meat option, we've got these teriyaki and these fillets. We've got 140 calories, 17 grams of protein. Again, passes our protein test. This is a pre-cooked meat. And I find these things useful when you're trying to have like a salad or just had to have something like a fajita, stir fry, whatever, and you're just really in a hurry. Keeping something like this available, very helpful. Those are 3 of the chicken options that I would get here from BJ's. Sticking with our frozen theme, I'm gonna show you 5 seafood options while shopping here. First and foremost, wild caught sockeye. The reason that we look at frozen options is because they're just way more affordable than traditional seafood. Here we've got 2 pounds for $23.99. The reality is, even if you bought farm-raised salmon, it would usually cost you about $25 a pound, even for farm-raised. This is extremely high in omega-3 fatty acids. I'll show you the next highest option in omega-3 fatty acids. It's gonna be the wild-caught mahi-mahi. Again, another option, affordable, high in omega-3s. It passes our protein test. Third option, cod. I'm a big cod enthusiast. It's gonna have less omega-3s than the other options we looked at, but it is very low in calories while being very high in protein. This is very low in comparison to the others in omega-3 fatty acids. However, it obliterates the protein test. This is 60 calories with 13 grams of protein. So very low in calorie, very high in protein. Wild-caught flounder. And then our last option, we're gonna go all the way back over here. We're gonna look at shrimp. We do want something that's wild-caught, so it is going to be more expensive than farm-raised. We've got, it literally says Gulf of America. We've got wild-caught shrimp here. We've got 100 calories, 23 grams of protein, passes our protein test. Shrimp is excellent for cholesterol. It does slightly elevate LDL, but it also raises HDL, our good cholesterol. This is chock full of omega-3s as well. It has more than the flounder. It has more than the cod. It does have less than the salmon. While we're here at BJ's, I'm going to talk about a personal pet peeve of mine. I'm going to get up on my soapbox. I hate the majority of these pasta substitutes because none of them actually fucking taste like pasta. So you end up buying one of these, you have them, yes they have more protein, or yes they have more fiber, or yes they have less calories. However, you end up eating them and it doesn't soothe your pasta craving and you're still like, fuck, I really want pasta. And these are all examples of this. This, made from chickpeas, it's gonna taste like crap. Even if you put Rao's sauce over top of it, it's still gonna taste like, even if you made homemade Sunday sauce, it's still gonna taste like crap. This skinny, it just tastes like a pile of mush like noodles in your mouth, it's no good. And trust me, I tried all of these guys. And then even this Barilla Plus, this is made with legumes, it's made with grains. It's just gonna have a very gritty taste to them. My suggestion to you would be to buy real pasta and just portion control with it. There is one brand that I've had that I really do like. I really like Goodles. That has been my best experience so far with a pasta, actually tasting like a pasta. I think we also reviewed Pasta Pete's recently. That was down a notch from even Goodles in my opinion, but I would not go with any of these brands because they just simply don't taste like the real thing. All right, let's continue on. I'm off my soapbox now. I'm gonna show you something that really helped me when I started incorporating fitness and health into my life. Because you have a family, you have a career, fitness, health, it's another ball to juggle, and it's hard at first. It's really, a lot of it is about time management. Mixed vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables, they're a game changer. Whether you buy the steamable bags or you buy something like this in bulk, it's a really, really easy way to get vegetables anytime you eat them. There's another option over here I like. We've got that one over here from BJ's. It's called the broccoli Normandy, and over here we've got the grilled Mediterranean mix. I like the broccoli Normandy over there because you've got broccoli, you've got cauliflower, you've got cruciferous vegetables. It's got a good source of fiber. And then over here you've got the grilled Mediterranean mix. We've got zucchini, we've got peppers. Peppers are high in antioxidants, zucchini high in fiber. Again, this is another good source of fiber. Either one of those vegetable mixes I really like. If you're new to your fitness journey and you're getting used to incorporating that, or you have a partner that you're still working with who also is serious about their fitness, mixed vegetables is the easy way for you to sustainably get vegetables in your diet. Now we're in the cooler section. We're gonna pick up some no-brainers. At my house, most evenings we're eating either chicken, poultry, or beef. And we eat seafood about 3 times a week. That's why I really wanted to drill home the frozen seafood because it's way more affordable. The other nights we're having poultry or we're having beef. And so I am picking up some chicken thighs here. These are 130 calories, 19 grams of protein. They pass our protein test. When you're having a lot of protein in your diet, you're already going to get some saturated fat. And so you want to be picking lean sources because systemically, if you're eating 3-4 meals of animal protein a day, you're going to get plenty of fat in your diet. You want to leave room for things like monounsaturated fats rather than having a lot of saturated fat with your calories. Because if you're on a fitness journey, you're trying to keep your calories down, trying to keep your protein up, and then as well for your health, you want to minimize the amount of saturated fat you're having. So those chicken thighs, awesome option. We'll head over here. We'll grab some beef while we're here as well. I'm going to show you 3 beef options here at BJ's real quick. My wife's been making a lot of fajitas lately. We've got 93.7 ground beef. I think this is the perfect number of lean to fat when it comes to ground beef. And the reason why is it's still going to be as tender as possible while still being a lean source of protein. Lean source of protein is defined as having less than 10 grams total fat per serving. This only has 8 grams total fat. It passes our protein test, obliterates it. So this is a great choice for a ground beef. People always say, oh, diet is expensive. When it comes to steak, getting a lean steak can be very pricey, especially when you look at things like tenderloin or filet mignons, expensive. So I'm gonna give you 2 relatively cheap options. This is Chuck Mock Tender Steak. This passes our protein test. This is $6.99 a pound. You think about traditional chuck roast, it's very chewy. This is lean, while at the same time not being as chewy. And then a little bit more expensive, we've got top sirloin. Make sure it's top sirloin, not just sirloin, top sirloin. And this is $8.99 a pound. This is another lean cut of steak. Those are 2 relatively affordable cuts of lean steak. We're at the bread section of BJ's now. I already told you, if you're on a diet, it is off the chain here. We're gonna look at 3 tortillas to start. The first, you already know, on Team Mission Carb Wrap, 70 calories, 17 grams of fiber, 6 grams of protein. You cannot go wrong with this option. But also here, 2 other great options. Extreme Wellness, great macros, 60 calories, 12 grams of fiber, 4 grams of protein. And then also they have these carb counters, 60 calories, 11 grams of fiber, 3 grams of protein. If I had a rank, I'd go 3, 2, 1. Any of these you cannot go wrong with. If you're looking for something to start your day with like a burrito, or you want something like a wrap for lunch, or you want to do something like soft shell tacos for dinner, all excellent choices that are going to keep the calories down and really jack up the fiber, which is going to keep you full. It's also going to keep you regular and is correlated with health and longevity. I want to go over some Greek yogurt options and show you what I'm going to pick up today. We've got Oikos 000. No sugar, no artificial sweeteners, zero fat. That's the triple. It is high in protein. We've got Oikos Pro, those pre-made drink shots. Awesome option. We've got Chobani, less sugar. We've got Chobani, zero sugar. We've got Too Good, another awesome option. We've got Wesley Farms, which is actually BJ's in-store brand. We've got Siggy's, which I like. It's not Greek yogurt, it's Icelandic yogurt, same difference. This is what I like. I'm not going to be picking this up today, but if I was grabbing yogurt from here, this is what I'd be doing. They have the flavored here. I typically buy the non-fat. Chobani, non-fat, both great options. If I had to get Greek yogurt here, this is probably what I would go with. They also have the Chobani shots. These are made with real fruit. Shout out to Chobani for doing that. Again, if I was out of yogurt, I'd probably go Siggy's or one of these non-fat options as my choice, but that's just preference, guys. Everything I just pointed to, they're all awesome Greek yogurt options. Okay, we're gonna end with pre-made shakes, but I'm just gonna show you some supplements in general. Fit Crunch, it's decent, but it does not pass the protein test. The whole point of a protein bar is to pass the protein test, and it's abysmal on fiber. Pure Protein, better option, but again, abysmal on fiber, but better option. If I was gonna go with a protein bar from here, I'd go with Quest. I love Quest chips. Those are one of my go-to protein supplements. I'll have it with like a sandwich, or I'll have it with like a burger. In terms of pre-made shakes, only what you need tastes like dog shit. If I'm gonna go with something from here, I'm actually gonna go with Fairlife, which we have to go all the way down, which is just what I want to highlight. They have so many protein shake options. A lot of people love Premier. There's a ton of awesome flavors, but if I'm gonna get something from here, I'm gonna get the Fairlife nutrition plan. These are at Costco. These are BJ's. I think they're at Sam's. This is my go-to pre-made shake option, just simply because it has slightly better macros than the Core Power. And that is what I'm grabbing today at BJ's for myself, and also just a host of other things that I think are delicious here at BJ's. If you like what you saw, please hit subscribe. If you're not following on Instagram, that's where the majority of my following is. We put out one long format piece of content each and every single week. Sometimes it's me working out. Sometimes it's health-related stuff like my executive health scan, if you haven't seen that video. A lot of times it's me here at the grocery store talking about better options for you to help you lose weight, to help you build muscle, and just to help you prioritize you in the midst of having a family and a career. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you like what you saw. Hit subscribe if you did. Thanks, guys.